So you're thinking about moving to Ashburn, Virginia, but you'd kind of like to know a little bit more about what the area has to offer before you decide to make that big move? Well, in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be covering. I'm actually going to take you into my computer so that I can show you around on Google Maps, give you an idea of where Ashburn is located in proximity to Washington, D.C., local airports, metro, and major commuter routes. We're also going to look into what Ashburn has to offer for shopping, dining, and entertainment. If that's something that interests you, be sure to stick around because we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, working, and playing in Northern Virginia, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so that you'll never miss a video. My name's Amanda, and the team and I get calls every single day from people just like you, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, reach out on social, whatever works for you. You've got your back when you're making that move to Northern Virginia.
So as I mentioned, today we are going to be heading around Google Maps to check out Ashburn. This is just an overhead view from Google Earth to give you an idea of where Ashburn is. Ashburn is really in between Route 7 and then 267, which is the toll road. So let's jump over here into Google Maps and check out how far Ashburn is from Washington, D.C. It's about 35 miles outside of the city, and if it's just, a smooth drive with no traffic, you're looking at about 45 minutes. Of course, depending on what traffic is doing and what time of day you're traveling, that could certainly change. Let's also check out Tysons Corner, one of the major employment hubs in our area. Ashburn is not too far from Tysons Corner, about 23 miles. And again, depending on traffic, anywhere from 25 to 45 minutes, I would say on average. Let's also look at Ashburn to Arlington because that's another big employment hub in our area as well. And coming from Ashburn going into Arlington, it's about 30 miles and approximately 35 minutes. Same thing, full disclosure on any time estimate, it's always going to depend on what time of day you are traveling and just what's going on with traffic. If you live in Northern Virginia, no matter where you live, check traffic before you leave so that you've got an idea of what you're looking at time-wise. Let's also check out Ashburn to the airport. Ashburn is extremely close to Dulles Airport, and that's going to be the closest airport to Ashburn in general. But we also have another airport in the area that we'll check out in a second. Ashburn is about 7.5 miles from Dulles Airport. And you're looking at, depending on where you are, anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes to get to Dulles. Not far at all. Reagan is going to be a little bit further, but always worth mentioning because depending on where you're traveling, whether it's national or international, I would always compare prices. You might find that there's a pretty large difference. And in order to go from Ashburn to Reagan, it's about 36 miles and you're looking at about a 40-minute drive there. Let's also check out, which is super exciting, definitely worth mentioning, and a big recent change in Ashburn is Ashburn now has Metro. Long awaited opening. It kept getting delayed, but it's finally happened. There is a Metro station in Ashburn now. And depending on where you live, you may be in walking distance of the Metro station, or you may have to take a little bit of a drive, anywhere from a 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes, just depending on what side of Ashburn you live on. All right, so now that we have all of the travel checked off the list, let's get into a little bit more about the shopping, the dining, and the entertainment that Ashburn has to offer. We are going to start off with Brambleton Town Center. So what we're going to do is start off on the south end of Ashburn, and we will work our way all the way to the north end, making a couple stops along the way. I am going to zoom in here. Let me move this up. Brambleton Town Center is in walking distance to many of the homes that are in Brambleton, not all, but a lot of them. And it really is like the central shopping area within the Brambleton side of Ashburn. You have your Harris Teeter there. You have a local favorite Blue Ridge Grill. You have a movie theater. You have a kids toy and bookstore called Go Bananas. You have a music store. You have martial arts. You have Rebel Taco. You also have the Brambleton Library. That opened in 2018. It's a phenomenal library. They have live music, there's story time, they have Lego creators. Great place to take the kids if you're looking for activities. Also, Sellers is also in Brambleton Town Center right here. They recently opened as well. There's also Sellers and also Restaurant, and they've been getting rave reviews. It's a wine and a beer shop. They also sell cheese and charcuterie boards, and they have a tasting room. And then you have your Sweet Frog. There's a hair salon here. There's also a nail salon. And I'm going to come up this way a little bit more. Also within Brambleton Town Center, you have your Pete's Coffee, Old Stone Creamery, My Thai place. I've personally eaten here multiple times. Really good pad Thai if that's something that you like. Subway, California Tortilla, Nick's Taverna, Asian Spice Cafe, and then you also have an edible arrangement. There are many other retail locations here in Brambleton Town Center. Really a one-stop shop for, grocery, daily needs, and then dining and entertainment as well with the movie theater. Next up, we are going to make a stop in Broadlands and check out Broadlands Village Center. Broadlands is another master plan community in the Ashburn area, and this shopping center in particular has some great options. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Parallel Wine Bar is the first place that comes to mind here. I'm going to get my marker out so I can show you. You have Parallel Wine and Whiskey Bar. It's actually two separate spaces within the shopping center. They've got the wine bar on one side, and then you can go directly across to the whiskey bar. Great food as well. You also have Robex, you have Starbucks, Wendy's, you've got Chase Bank if you have banking needs, Los Toltecos Mexican, Italiano, and you have your Aldi if you need to get your grocery shopping in, and then a local favorite, Ruster's Real Ice Cream. I have never personally been here, but I've heard a lot of talk about it, and I know that the locals in the Ashburn area really enjoy that. And then I'm gonna jump across here. This is not within the Broadlands Center, but it is directly across from where we are here. Just go across Claiborne Parkway. You have Lidl if you're looking for another grocery store option. And then you have Royal Farms, which I'm sure you're thinking, big deal, it's a gas station. But if you like fried chicken, it's a little secret in the area that Royal Farms, this particular location, is the only one that I can speak on. They have amazing fried chicken, so be sure to check them out. Next up, we are going to make a stop at Beaverdam Reservoir, which is actually closed right now. It's something that we would have featured on the vlog that we shot, but it's closed right now because what they are doing is just a complete overhaul of the reservoir. It is over 600 acres of parkland, and when you factor in the water as well, it's 1,000 acres total. And they are going to be constructing Reservoir Park. It's going to have a welcome center, permanent bathrooms, boat rental facility, pavilions, trails. There's going to be a waterfront boardwalk with a bridge, educational exhibits, and it's anticipated to open in summer of 2024. So it's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be phenomenal for the area. But in the meantime, this is a really special place in Ashburn that unfortunately, while we are creating these videos, is currently closed. Now let's head to One Loudoun. And One Loudoun has quickly become known as the downtown area of Ashburn, which is really great for the area because for some time, Ashburn, wonderful place to call home, so much to offer, but it never really had a downtown area. And One Loudoun has completely changed all of that. It is a one-stop shop if you're looking for tons of dining options. You can do some shopping while you're there. There's a movie theater, and we're going to dive into some of the shops that are there. I can't talk about One Loudoun without talking about Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is such a popular grocery chain in the area. They have a lot of unique products, ones that you won't find at the other stores, and they're also very affordable. If you've never been to a Trader Joe's and you have the opportunity, definitely stop in there. You have a credit union. There's also a Wells Fargo at One Loudoun as well. You have Hot Pot Legend. You've got a hair salon, Barnes & Noble bookstore, Faux Nominal. There are parking garages here at One Loudoun. There's always plenty of parking and they're very well signed, so you can see where spaces are open versus if they're full. Kind of a nice feature if you're cruising around looking to be able to park. You also have your Starbucks. You have Eddie Merlot's. You have Matchbox. Their pizza is just delicious. Nando's Peri Peri, the Lost Box. You also have the Alamo Draft House Cinema. And there are so many other options. We could go on and on and on, but be sure if you are in the Ashburn area, One Loudoun is definitely worth checking out. And then we're actually going to jump over here. I'm a little bit further out, a little bit closer to Route 7. We just keep heading north. And something else that Ashburn offers that is really unique for our area is Topgolf. There used to be a Topgolf in Alexandria, but they have since moved to just on the outskirts of National Harbor across the bridge over in Maryland. So really Topgolf in Ashburn is the Northern Virginia location, and it is huge. I've never been to a bigger Topgolf. Even if you're not into golf, if you just want to have some fun and play some, low-key games, they offer that. And they also have great food. If you don't want to do golfing at all, no problem. You can just hang out in the bay with your friends and enjoy an afternoon. And also in Ashburn is indoor skydiving at IFLY. Looks like a lot of fun, not something that I've ever tried, but if you like some adventure, be sure to check that out in Ashburn. Now we're gonna head to Bles Park. We feature this in our vlog as well. I'm just gonna give you an overhead view of that. Bles Park is it's adjacent to the Potomac River, so it's a beautiful place to go and walk, and there's also soccer fields and a little playground there as well. But really the best part about Bles Park is where it's located along the Potomac. Lots of bird watching to be done there, lots of wildlife. You have scenic wetlands, beautiful place if you want to get outside and just get some fresh air. And then I'm gonna finish up our map tour of Ashburn with a couple of the wineries, but I want to give full disclosure that they're technically not an Ashburn address. We're gonna go to Old Farm Winery at Heartland first, which is technically an Aldi address. But I wanted to mention them because wineries are a big attraction for many people that want to live in Ashburn. And although these are not an Ashburn address, they are extremely close, especially if you are living on the Brambleton side. So you have Old Farm Winery at Heartland, and then right up here we have Fleetwood Farm Winery. Fleetwood Farm Winery is off of Evergreen Mill Road, and it's a Leesburg address, but again, it is a stone's throw. You could be an Ashburn address and be, 2 minutes away from both of these wineries. So I wanted to mention that they're close by as well. And then of course, if you wanted to head out further west, you could take advantage of the mini wineries that Loudoun County has. Ashburn is situated anywhere from just a couple minutes away, like these two, up to, a 20-25 minute drive if you want to head further into Western Loudoun. For our last stop in Ashburn, we are stopping off at the Brambleton Regional Park and Golf Course. If you enjoy golf and you want to be nearby a course, this Brambleton course certainly fits the bill. It's a very pretty course. I've never personally played on it, but I have been there. Very well maintained, friendly staff, great place to go if you're looking to get around in. That wraps up our map tour of the Ashburn area. Ashburn is home to 47,201 people. Its median home value is $756,663, and the median household income is $151,389. As always, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, reach out on social, whatever works for you. We've got your back when you're making that move to Northern Virginia. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.